For a noteworthy approach to banking, Zions Bank is for you. For the visiting Raptors,
points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds and almost 4 assists. So
Lowry takes a glance over his shoulder. High lob pass to Ibaka. On a pivot, jump it, hook it, and score it.
Yeah, Ibaka
0 for 2 in the first 3 possessions for Utah. Here's Mountain Mike on a baseline drive on a now kick out to Donovan. Both players are down.
80% on threes. That's a big loss if he's not able to come back for the Raptors.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Yeah, he's been off injured this year. As you see the
Jazz to really stun on Siakam, maybe send a defender at him to hopefully get the ball up early. Tough shot, but he knocked it down right there in the paint room. Which an instinct, really. When that defender gets their arm on you, you have the instinct to kind of rub that arm away as Ibaka knocks a 3 down.
Detroit, Saturday night. There's McCall looking for space. Lowry will take the 3 and splashes in on Toronto on a lead of 5 here in Salt Lake. Royce O'Neal on a runner inside. 2 quick buckets by Royce.
It's a great aggressive move by Royce. He saw an opening down the lane and got there before anybody else could. And so did Lowry.
Lowry just is picking out Royce. No. Mitchell back out to O'Neal. The blender is on and bang goes Bogey.
I'm going to tell you there was
game. I'm being told he has a left ankle sprain, guys, and he will not return to this game tonight.
That's a big loss, KK&T. 17 points a game. He's a silky smooth type player, and that's a nice pass. They push it back out. Ibaka 3 good.
It's good ball movement by the Raptors as well. And on the Jazz's offensive end, Rudy's got a tough assignment because that shot by Joe. Raptors in the paint rebounding, so he's going to have to work his tail off in there.
Joe's hit 6 of his last 12, 50% from outside. Ibaka gets it back, drives on Rudy. Push it, missed it. Got it right back and throws it back in for 2. You give Ibaka a couple. Mike Conley back on the floor. Joe. They triple him. Mike's open. 3, good. Who's played exceptionally well. His last 4. He's hit 14 of 17, and he's playing D. Just look at that on cue. The block shot, the minivan on a run to the rim and in for Joe Ingles. Jazz are back to within 2. Not for long. As you can hear the net.
Jazz are right in. Nice defense.
Right on cue comes George Niang on a runner to the rim. Blocked from behind, out of bounds by Boucher.
Got the shot blocked.
You know, we're playing the Raptors, so you're talking about that movie, right? Jurassic Park?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because George had a great shot. He normally knocks that down. Clarkson was open. I thought Tony Bradley had it. Oh, look at Tony just going. They are. And Tony Bradley's making them like 60-40 because he's got a good advantage. His knee knocks it down.
Takes it behind the 3-point line. Plenty of time. Down to 12. He'll dribble drive in the paint. Throw it out. Clarkson wastes no time. And throws home the 3.
Pass from Mike Conley.
Jazz will get the turnover. They break. Joe on a runner. Conley pushes and scores. And how about Utah?
He won on that one.
McCall drives the paint. It's a mix-up into Bradley. Skips off the iron. Toronto likes to push. Toronto. Buckets by Lowry on an off-balance shot.
Whatever run Toronto's trying to get short.
Donovan off the wing for 3. Right in front of Utah.
That is half to be effective offensively for the Jazz.
Matt Thomas answers back. 41-35 Utah. Thomas fills the lane, scores it on the other end.
And a quarter advantage. They won that first quarter, and the Jazz made up for it.
How about on cue? Buckets gets love and throws it over the top. Thomas feeds. Ibaka in the paint against Gobert. Squares up, jumper good. Pretty strong off the back of the rim and the rebound of McCall.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Bogey that time as Siakam gets away from everybody.
Yeah, they're going to give the ball back. You predicted it. Ibaka for 3.
Yeah.
Marie takes the lead by 1. Donovan on a drive inside. One hands it, up the rim and in.
That's just an amazing shot.
Malcolm backs down into the corner now. Tries to work his way against Donovan. Hangs right on his belt. Put his hands up. Tough shot rolls in.
That's the length.
Rebounds the miss. Ball comes loose. Siakam has it with a 1-point lead. They'll fire down low. OG Anunoby's up short. The Jazz have been short on a lot of good looks tonight. Now Lowry for three, playing 2 for 1, and knocks it down deep for the Raptors. There's Mike behind Gobert. Searching, takes the shot. Got it. 10 points for Conley.
As the guys said upstairs, this third quarter is going to be vital for the starting lineup to knock down shots.
Knocking it down is Royce O'Neal. 2 fouls on Gobert. I was going to talk about just the fact that Rudy's taken just one shot in this game, as Ibaka knocks down his fourth. The 11 turnovers in the first half. Pardon me, 13 turnovers. Here's Bogey with a push for 2. Bogey bumps. Bogey holds his ground inside. Siakam slips and slides, and a foul called on.
Siakam's not trying to be a Kawhi Leonard.
Royce, Donovan, straight away 3. Bang.
Good to see right there.
Again, Royce playing with those pink shoes tonight. Rudy got there for help. Denies Siakam. Royce
alone with 4 of the Raptors.
Nice push back. Conley to Royce. 3, good. Big bucket. Royce. And yes, who leads it all? Gail Miller.
That's right.
Joe.
I think sometimes coming home, you always talk about that first home game feels like a road game. Trying to get acclimated as Royce O'Neal gets it back. It's also a significant stat. Ibaka with 1 foul, which means Rudy hasn't been involved. Nice bucket by Zonak. Wanted the whistle blown on that one.
They slide it inside. Tough bucket. Counted by Hunt. Low block. Throws it out. Matt Thomas on a drive. Stuck in the paint. Nowhere to go. Finger rolls it in. Did not restart the fourth quarter. Both teams struggled offensively. It was a 19-19 tie in the third. Clarkson starts the fourth with a floater for 2. Bradley crosses him over. Ball's loose. I love the play. He went down on the floor. Tapped up once, twice, and a score for 2 in the third. Rudy Gobert has taken 1 shot on the bench to start the fourth. Here's Thomas. Mid-range jumper, good. He is. Conley takes a spill. No call, turnover. Back-to-back giveaways by the Jazz. Niang, the only man back. And a crowd,
especially this time of the game.
Clarkson. George Niang wide open. Catch and shoot. There we go. Nicely done. Jazz clamp down Conley. Joe lets the traffic fly by. 3 looks good.
Joe.
Siakam gives it off to Ibaka. He's had a big night from downtown. Another one drains it. Surge with another big defensive rebound to Clarkson. Here comes Utah. Joe, the trailer, 3 balls up. Bang! Oh, Joe jingling. It's an 11-3 run, trying to add to it. And Joe has the last 8 points. Ingles on a drive in the paint. Push it, score it! Ingles with 10. Donovan, step back. Double pumps. Did not take the shot. Back to Clarkson. Rudy's open. Hammer home! Yes, indeed. Rudy, first. Siakam rolls inside. Rudy's there to help. Clear it out. Anunoby. 3-ball good. Puts it away. Turn it over. 1 pass too many. And Lowry finds Siakam. Bumps. No call. The bucket. It's under 4 minutes. 92-87. Ingles. Bogey. Touch pass. Conley. 3. Bang! Mountain Mike with his Ibaka just barely cut that ball, or it would have been a turnover. Another short shot clock. Lowry forces up a 3. Hit it. Come on.
Well, close to the status they were last year when they won the championship with Kawhi Leonard.
Donovan will take the final shot. That one bounces out. And the Jazz lose at home. 5 of their last 6 in the loss column. 21-10. And Utah will drop to 41-23. Tough loss for the Jazz.